A pin. The words that come from a pin, not something you stick into a wall, but a writing instrument. And I can't even believe that I said pin, because that insults the creative source of my energy. I use writing instruments because it's like a hammer. It's like a musical instrument. You would never look at Eddie Van Halen and say, that thing you have between your fingers, what is that? Is that those stringy things? And it's got, what is it? No, that guitar that Eddie Van Halen brought to life was a musical instrument, a tool to reach into people's lives. The words that we create and where we place them in this modern age is fascinating to me, because people will say the darndest things, and they will say some pretty fat things, things that are weighty, things that draw opinion. It kind of erases the image that you once had of a certain person, or it builds up their personality. Words on a page, words on a social media outlet. Words. I love words. I love looking them up in a dictionary and sitting there going, well, they didn't use that word right. I understand where they're going and growing, but that was the wrong word. Hey, it's Arrow. This is The Choice. This is what I was writing while the sun was waking up on a brilliant new day. Every now and then, I write very blunt, to the point statements on social media. Yeah, those kind of words. I don't know. Am I a curmudgeon when I do that? What am I pissed off at the world? Did I not get something that I really wanted? Why? Why do I feel at 11 p.m. at night I've got to put these words out there on social media? Because you know what's going to happen? Within 5 to 12 hours, I'm going to remove those words, that approach to thought. Mainly because I see the jerk side of my ego being too much for me to even handle. I'm nowhere near being my father. His word was his weight. He never backed away from why he put his foot down. Oh, I totally grip the strength of social media, but I don't understand how a reader is going to interpret what it is that I have used as an expression. A 12-hour-old post is all I really think I need. A huge chunk of my heart is always worried about the image. It's who I am as a broadcaster. What if it poisons the ratings? and who am I to talk about ratings in this world where I have left terrestrial radio? It's not part of my life anymore. So what are ratings? That's radio's way of measuring how much you're accepted. And isn't that really what life is all about? How you are accepted? Words. We put them on a page. We speak openly in public. We put them on social media. We gather in small neighborhood groups and we share our words. Are they important to you, these words? Do they get you what you need, what you want, what you think is going to be a process of growth? Words. Do you even know if you're using the words properly? And this is all coming from a statement that I put on Facebook last night. I watched this unbelievable documentary on Lynyrd Skynyrd. See, I love studying classic rock. I love classic rock. But I was never a classic rock jock. And the reason why is because my image, the acceptance, was that I was an adult contemporary radio personality. That means that I got to play Michael Bolton, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. Hey, here's another 4 in a row without talk. Let's begin it with who? Hootie and the Blowfish. That was my image. My image was adult contemporary radio. So when I tried to get onto classic rock radio stations, they would never let me on there. And yet it was and still is my greatest passion. 43 years of broadcasting, and I didn't get to do it. And you sit there and you kind of laugh about it. So when you watch documentaries or rockumentaries like this one I saw last night about Lynyrd Skynyrd, it's like, God, why? Why didn't I get to do this? This is who I am. I've got the long hair. I've got the attitude, but it all boils down to this. This is what a classic rock program director told me one time. Picture a radio station control room with album covers thrown about. There's paper on the floor from the teletype that's featuring the latest news and the pronunciations of all these global leaders. Coffee stains all over the table. And in this radio station studio, the scent of cigarette smell is in there, but everybody says, nah, I don't smoke. Somewhere in there are two things that you can't see, but they're there. One of them, somebody brought their pistol into the studio just in case somebody breaks in. And number two, somewhere in that radio station studio, there's vodka, bourbon, whiskey, something to break free of what it's really like to be inside a classic rock studio. If you can envision that and live that lifestyle, you can be on my radio station that plays classic rock. And I said, ain't me. That's not how I picture classic rock. Because I don't think my listeners do that. They might, but it's not who I am. So what I do, I posted on Facebook last night that I was disappointed that I didn't get this opportunity. And less than 12 hours later, I took it down. Because this is what I heard inside my heart when I woke up this morning. There's that Arrow guy again, bitching about what he didn't get. What an old man. What an old crusty curmudgeon. Didn't get what he wanted. So I'm not like my father. My father's word was his weight. When he put his foot down, you heard it. I'm Arrow, and that's what I was writing while the sun was waking up on a brilliant new day.